Hi, I'm Geoff Buys Cars, and this is an old Volvo estate. But this is not any old Volvo estate. This is a T5, and it's rather a nice one. I can't tell you why it's covered in snow, otherwise I'd have to kill you. But jump in the car with me. We're going to go for a drive, and we're going to go have a look, hopefully, at another car that I bought this week, and I'll tell you the story. It's a bit windy, so let's jump in. So I can't tell you why it's covered in fake snow inside and out. It is literally everywhere, but all of that will make sense maybe later in the video, but maybe not. This slightly crazy video is once again sponsored by UGREEN, who sent me a few items from their Magflow series. These are super handy magnetic chargers for your smartphone, and yes, I've only recently learned that my iPhone can actually be charged using one of these, and no, I have not got a clue how it works. The Magflow power bank supports the latest QI2 25-watt standard with precise magnetic alignment for iPhone and other devices. It delivers up to 25-watt charging, powering an iPhone 16 Pro Max. I think that might be the one that I've got, but I've got no idea, to 50% in around 30 minutes.
You haven't got a 16, you've got a 15.
I thought mine was a 16.
Well, mine's a 16. Look at the difference.
I can't see any difference. It can also simultaneously charge your iPhone at 25 watts and AirPods at 5 watts and a further 5-watt USB-C port for your smartwatch. And yes, it's got 13 layers of protection, so it's not going to overheat and burn your house down. It's also got a USB cable so you can plug in the old-fashioned way if you don't trust wireless charging like myself. The 2-in-1 magnetic wireless charger is a chunky little bugger with a strong adjustable stand, giving you somewhere to charge your phone whilst also keeping the phone in place, which is great for YouTubers who never have any battery and can't remember which car they left the phone mount in. I do rate these products, as I said before. I use them in day-to-day life, so follow the links in the description to get yours. Enter the code Geoff told me to at checkout, and it'll do absolutely nothing, but I am working on that. Now, back to the video. Yeah, babe, just on camera, just pull the cable out of that. I can't do it with one hand whilst filming, but I'm just trying to show people. Oh, nice feet. Just trying to show people that, what do you want me to pull? Pull that. Just show people on camera that it pulls out really neatly. Well, that's a good stuff. That's a good stiff one, that is, isn't it? That's really good. Yeah, I like that. That's ace. Nice and sturdy. Mrs. Jess had her toenails done. Perfectly normal, common or garden V70 with Volvo things in the back, like Wellington boots and some spare mats. Inside, it is full leather, as you'll see, very comfortable, and beige, a little bit of wear on the handbrake there, and it's got a number of problems, which I can show you. When you start the car up, it says bulb failure, multiple bulbs. I need to have a look at that. And then I've got some beeping. Yes. Is that seatbelt? It's stopped now. You have warn messages. Bulb failure, multiple bulbs. And then if I put my belt on, it'll probably tell me that there's an anti-skid service required. This is partly why I don't like these later Volvo P2s, because they just cause loads of problems electronically. But let's go for a drive and I'll show you, because it does go quite well. I've got a cup holder there. Ooh, that was a bit violent, wasn't it? That's a bloody violent cup holder, that is. And then I've got all my stereo and everything's all integrated, which means it's not easy to just replace it with a single DIN Sony like I like to do. I've got air conditioning, I've got heated seats. My heated seats are down here. Very strange position for a button. I've got my windows over here. This window on my side is problematic. It doesn't close quite right. So I'll leave it just like that. Again, there's fake snow absolutely everywhere. Let's rig up the GoPro and see if we can't take this for a run. Oh, I love the wood. Look at that. Don't you think that's nice? Oh, yeah. Right, let's go and check out this crappy little Citroen that I bought, and I'll tell you the story about that. I like these random little videos where we just take a car and go for a drive. I bought Citroen the other day. Quite a rare little car, except it was in Birmingham. It was being sold by someone called Mohammed, who then later turned out to be called Hussein. There were 2 different phone numbers, 3 different addresses, and then when I sent Ron said, "Blimey, Geoff, where have you sent me here?" Like he was going into Jurassic Park. And the guy came to meet him and wouldn't actually go to the address anyway. Then they haggled over price, and it's the only time I've ever heard Ron get so flustered that I heard him on the phone, and in the end Ron was like, "Geoff, I've just snatched the cash back off and I'm leaving." So Ron had to like play the big man And but thankfully we got the car safely on the truck. Ron got out of the middle of Birmingham without being or murdered, and with his truck and my car intact. So let's go and take a look at it, because I've shipped it to Luke, who knows about cheap Citroens and could tell me if what I've bought is any good or if it's a total crock of crap, which is what I'm expecting based on the location that I bought it for, but we're not stereotyping today. Let's do the old man stereotype and drive a Volvo with a flat cap. 260 horsepower, if you were wondering. Now I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get to my destination without, you know, road closures or whatnot. I have put a set of roof bars on this car. It does fly. It's annoying that there's a bit of noise coming from that window. Gosh, this is a quick car. I took it out the night that I got it, and it's the first time in a long time that I nearly crashed. I was driving my normal roads, but I wasn't expecting to be doing the speed that I was at the corner that I was at. The problem is 265 horsepower from I can't remember if these were 5-cylinder or 4-cylinder on these later T5s. Obviously, I know a lot about the earlier model, the P80 platform, 850 and V70. Now, after the V70 Classic, which is the old square one, they developed this, which you may recognise as a Volvo estate that has shoulders. So from here on, the Volvo had this sort of shoulder design on the rear end. This is known as the P2 platform, and I've never been a fan because I'm a Luddite and I'm stuck in my ways, and I like the Volvo 850 or V70, which dates from 1992 up to about the year 2000. However, drop down, come on. It's because it's a steep climb, this. However, someone got in touch and they said to me, Geoff, I need a blue V70 for, and I can't tell you what it was for, and I need it delivering to such and such studios, and I can't tell you what studios it was either. So I bought this, I had it delivered to him, and then he paid me for a week to hire it out to him, and then I got the car back, covered in snow, inside and out. And I'm not allowed to tell you what it was for, but you will find out in the coming months. So that's why I've got this car. I never intended to keep it. As I said, when it arrived with me, I hadn't seen it. I bought it blind. It got shipped direct to the studios, and then Ron collected it for me and brought it home. So I saw it for the first time in Worcestershire. It was bought from Essex from a chap that does a bit of dealing. And I've got to admit, when it arrived, I thought, that's worse than it looked in the pictures. There's loads of little faults that I didn't know about, like the window, like the warning lights, like the brake light, like the bulbs, like the beeping, the anti-skid service, the fact that I've got a warning light on. But when you drive the car, you forget about all of that, because it is just rather nice and it sounds fantastic. I mean, it's quite muted. I think what I'll need to do is an exhaust pipe shot. I'll show you the sound both from the engine and from the exhaust. But it's quite an understated car. It's hard to tell what it actually is, other than just that little T5 badge on the back. I like the colour, I like the wheels, the interior trim is lovely, and what it needs is a really good clean. Have I mentioned that it's full of fake snow? So let's go and see Luke, because Luke's got my Citroen C3 HDi. I haven't bought this for me, and I paid quite a lot of money for this, but I got some of it back when I rented it to the studios. I paid £400 for the Citroen, bought blind in the middle of Birmingham from, can't say it, but we know there's a reputation. It's not a stereotype, it's just a fact. And I'm not racist, I've just been involved in the car industry for long enough to know that sometimes when you buy people that have certain types of names, you can expect the car to be a total crock of shit. That's not always the case, right? Sometimes you get lucky. My Mini Cooper, that was all right. The guy said he was called Terry, turned out his name was Mohammed. You know, that was his business partner, Terry, allegedly. But if you're using a fake name that sounds slightly English so that people trust you because you know that people don't want to buy from you if they see that you're called Mohammed, then it's not just me that's being stereotyping, is it? You're literally perpetuating your own stereotype. And most people in the comments right now are either saying, yep, Geoff, I totally agree with you because I've worked in cars for X amount of years, or you're saying, Geoff, you're an absolute racist. I'm not racist, it's literally just facts. Anyway, Citroen C3 HDi, so it's a diesel, it's £35 a year tax, but not only do I quite like the format of the C3, I think they're quite cute, This is an XTR, which makes it very rare. I've only found 2 of them for sale. I've kind of always wanted one because it's a C3, but it's done up with like, it's got moulded wheel arches, and it's got roof rails, and it's got a panoramic roof. It's like an SUV soft roader look in a super mini. It's really cool. It's exactly the same as a Lamborghini Huracan Stirato, which is all done up with rubber mouldings and lights on the roof and that sort of thing. So I've basically bought myself a Lamborghini Stirato for 400 quid. Yeah, Mark McCann, I'm coming for you. Mark McCann, if you do watch my videos though, I'd like to bring a car around and jump it at your house, because that looks great fun. Anyway, let's go see Luke and find out if this little Citroen that I've bought is any good. I suspect it's an absolute heap, but let's find out. Right, the master mechanic has not had a chance to have a proper look at the car yet. He's going to do that later on today, but he's just said to me, you've bought the wrong engine, so let's find out why. This is a 2005 Citroen C3 HDi. So this is the 1.4, right? Or is it 1.6?
Either of them.
It says 16 on it, so maybe it's 1.6.
There's your bonnet prop there.
Oh, the bonnet prop comes out, does it? That's handy.
Yeah.
So you can take it with you if you need to.
I think this. I thought it was like one of your repairs here.
I'm seeing the car for the first time. That looks like it works.
Yeah.
So the bonnet prop pulls out, so you can take it with you if you need to.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you just said that this is a terrible engine.
I don't like them at all.
Right.
If I'm honest. Turbo failures, fuel system failures. Yeah, the usual. What I'd expect from it's like the Ford collab. Yeah.
I don't know much about it, because the original HDi arrived with the Peugeot 306, and that was the 2 litre.
That was the best one.
Which replaced the one that we both love, which is the 1.9D turbo.
Yeah.
That was the best one because it was so robust.
Granted, yeah.
HDi was a bit more refined, but this is HDi 10 years after that.
I'm
not the same thing.
Not a fan at all.
Right.
Not a fan.
So it was available as 1.4 and 1.6. I think this is a 1.6, but I'll have to look. But they're shockingly good on fuel, problems aside. And this is £35 a year tax, so it's quite a cool car for that. But on initial inspection, you've driven it.
I've driven it quarter of a mile.
Yeah, and you said there's lots of knocks and bangs.
Yeah, and
Right.
it drives strange. So yeah.
It drives strange.
Yeah, so it's like suspension geometry.
I said to the guy, are there any faults with it? Is it okay to go? And he said, I can't remember if he said yes or no, but it was a one-word answer that said to me the car was going to be perfect when it arrived.
Okay.
It drove strange. Define strange.
Well, you know when you point the wheel
Yeah.
and you drive, and the car wants to go where it wants to go,
Yeah.
rather than where you're telling it to go.
Yeah.
Even though the road's smooth.
Yeah.
That.
It's like Herbie. It's got a mind of its own. All right, so it needs some suspension work. It'll be a wishbone or a ball joint or something like that. There's lots of oil everywhere, isn't there? Do they all look like this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay,
Around
fine.
this mileage. I wouldn't
Yeah.
worry about it too much.
Got you. Okay, brilliant. I'm going to show the viewers the rest of my beautiful car, and then you let me know how you get on when you get it on the ramp. And
I'll make a list, don't worry.
do you need a big pad?
Yeah.
Thanks, Luke. Check it out, though. Panoramic roof. Right, so inside, it's a fairly basic little Citroen from the early 2000s. It's got wear that doesn't align with the mileage, because it's only 89,000 miles, something like that. But it's got some history, which we'll have a look at. And panoramic roof on a Citroen C3. I will give you £1 million if that roof actually works. So badged as a Citroen C3. It's not badged as an XTR. There is XTR badging down here though, and that makes it pretty cool. That's interesting. We've got a rusty sill. That's the only place it's badged XTR, which is a shame, because I do think this is a cool car. The wheels absolutely need a refurb, but depending on how Luke's inspection goes, I am planning to get that done, and maybe a bit of paintwork on these mouldings, which make it the soft roader that it's meant to be. That's an interesting modification. We've got a hatch here, and in there is an MOT. The advisory is on the MOT. When's this from? Mileage history. Expiry date July 2024. Garrett's Lane, Cradley Heath. A B64 postcode. Windscreen damaged, but not adversely. Anti-roll bar linkage joint has slight play. Shock absorber's missing of oil, tyre close to the legal limit. So I'm guessing that anti-roll bar hasn't been done for the latest MOT. Now I'm going to open the paperwork and see what we got. Hang on a minute, we have got a bit of a win here. It's actually only a 2-owner car, Luke. Oh, thank you very much. I'm good. How much will you give me if the sunroof works? There's no way the sunroof's going to work, is there?
All right, I'll make a deal with you.
Yeah.
I'll give you a tenner.
Yeah.
If you can open it.
Yeah.
And shut it again.
Hold the phone. You film.
There's not a chance.
I'm buying drinks, aren't I? 91,591 miles, right? Oh. I didn't feel healthy at all. I can feel my tenner getting close to me. It's opening. It sounds awful. It's opening very slowly. It stopped. It's not closing.
Big. I should have put more on this.
I only bought it for the sunroof. Right.
I'll put this back in my pocket.
Yeah. Can you get some tools and close the roof for me? That's embarrassing. So it's...
No, see, I wasn't stupid enough to try it. I wouldn't have dared.
No. And it sounds like a bag of spanners, doesn't it? You can feel it vibrate. Yeah, that's not good. That's the most ridiculous sunroof switch I've ever seen as well, and it's now doing nothing. So that it's a dial, which is really odd. There's a light on in that position, but then it does nothing in any of the other positions. Oh,
You just had to touch it, didn't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, not touch it. There's no backup buttons, is there, for the sunroof? I'm missing a dial. Oh, that's good. That's what that does.
Does it work on all speeds or just top? There you go. Yeah,
No,
is it?
It is working. Maybe not so much on one.
Okay, I'll take it all back.
Yeah. Right. So, windows. We've got a window your side. Got a window my side. Have you seen this door handle as well? It's disgusting.
I thought you'd bonded it on.
No, I haven't touched it. Right. Well, my windows work. I know. That's an old one, that is. But if you look, right, it's a 2-owner car, which is not bad because you'd expect it to be loads. Let's see if it's got any service history quickly. I know you're busy.
I looked at the service history.
Is there any?
Well, there was some, but it ended a long time ago.
Yeah, that's 30,000 miles. So last serviced 60,000 miles ago. The sunroof doesn't work and it sounds awful. What a buy. That's what I sent Ron into the middle of Birmingham for. Brilliant. Did you know how to shut a panoramic roof on a Citroen C3?
No, because I've never seen one.
No, they're incredibly rare.
I'm sure we'll find a way.
I think that when I start it up, that sunroof's going to work.
My tenner's staying in the pocket, all right.
I owe you a round of drinks. This does not work. Okay. It's a good job I was head of waterproofing at NASA. Right, I'm going to get back in my Volvo and leave you this heap of crap, and we'll see if we get Ron to weigh it in next week. Thanks for watching. Luke just jumped out of the car then, while I wasn't filming, said it'll be the injection system.
Yeah, the injectors are predominantly, problematic. They always have been.
Yeah.
Even lower mileage ones than this, we've had loads of trouble with them.
That's terrible. It's only done 90,000 miles.
I know, and it's not ideal because they're an expensive fix. We normally do a full set of them. If the high pressure pump starts breaking down, there will be telltale signs. I'd look at that first. But what do you want to do with the car?
Well, before we've even put it on the ramp, we've condemned it.
No.
But I mean, how much? It's going to need injectors, right? So set of injectors. It's going to need anti-roll bar, bush, or whatever. We're already into like money.
Yeah.
I think it's worth, cleaned up and everything, it's probably worth 1,200 quid. Question is, I've got 400 quid in it. Is there, you know, if we chuck that money at it, is it going to get it to where it's a nice, respectable little car? Says looking at the glued on door handle.
It's a Peugeot Citroen product that's up around approaching the 100,000 mile mark. Yeah. In my opinion, that's pretty much, you know, unless it's had a real, you know,
really?
Yeah.
Well, that's like end of life for these, like 100,000 miles.
Well, in terms of like realistic serviceable life,
Yeah. Wow, I didn't realise they were that bad.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't got a body computer fault on it with all the other things and the comm unit fault and
Right. Throwaway society, eh?
They're right. They're right when they're new, and they're inexpensive to run in the earliest part of their life. But I mean, if it was a petrol, it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah. I didn't look at the petrols because I thought the HDi was but that's me with my old-fashioned thinking. I'm thinking the HDi was a good engine, but
the new stuff isn't. In my opinion, I've had loads of hassle with it, and I wouldn't bother them.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well, we'll see if that ends up being the verdict when you do finally have a look at it, and we'll go from there and work out. Maybe we'll chop the roof off. Love it.
We might have to.
Sunroof is broken already. Yeah. Funny. Right, I'll let you get back to work and I'll go carry on with my Volvo video. Brilliant. Thanks, Luke. I owe you a drink. Don't half sound awful. It sounds like injectors, doesn't it?
It's got all your criteria, mate.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
I'll have to take that off and try manually. Did it make any noise?
No, it just slowly, perfectly went back. And it's not like I can hear the motor engaging or anything now. That's all right. Hopefully the weather stays good now that we're going into winter. Whatever. Right, so there you go then. That was my short-lived Citroen C3 XTR adventure. I like the roof bars though. Maybe I could just buy a half-decent I said C2, didn't I? C3. I could probably buy a half-decent C3 and then put the roof bars and kit and stuff on it if I really wanted to. I wanted a brown one really, but this was local. So maybe we'll come back to that another day. But I do like the fact that it's got these chunky roof bars and the panoramic roof, which we now know doesn't work. Yeah, the dream is over. Right, I'm going to get back in my Volvo because I know that works. It's always fun chatting to Luke. We don't buy cars in the same way, but then we do different things. He has to do serious things with his cars, like actually give them to paying customers, whereas I can cut the roof off and then give them to Ron. That's not good news then on the Citroen. He's going to have a little look this afternoon and find out a bit more. But it's a bit gutting, but I can't say I'm surprised. However, he said that I need to have a go in a Citroen C3 VTS. So maybe I'll do that at some point on the channel as well. So the dream of my C3 XTR. I'll even text McMaster and said I've got the perfect car for a challenge. And now I look stupid because it needs a set of injectors and a complete engine rebuild and needs somebody to manually close the sunroof. Can't lose to an EV just because I buy terrible cars spontaneously. Anyway, I think that is the end of this video. If there's anything else you want to see of this car, let me know and we'll see if we can put it in the next one. Thanks for watching. Check it out, it's actually got a little hanging thing, so you can just hang it and then pull that cable when you need to. Have you gone for thick socks, have you, darling? Yeah. That's the end of summer then, isn't it? Crikey, I'm still barefoot.